Greetings from 'Tis the Season, your one-stop shop for everything festive. On the show today, we have some up-and-coming music artists, an activist, and a special interview with Childline. And of course, we have some festive twists just in store for you. To kick the show off, we have an amazing acoustic set from the folk and soul duo, the Freewheel.
This is a song we wrote just last week, and it's called Perfect Blue.
Talk or laugh, look at the sky, my dear. This picture is perfect blue. 'Cause I am alone here now with you. Picture is perfect blue. 'Cause I am alone here now with you. on to yesterday.
Memories of how it used to be. Quickly fade, become more vague to me. See the world differently. When we were young, we were blind, we were fearless, we were free. And still oceans lie between us, miles and miles away. Will we ever meet again? I'm waiting for the day. I said I'm holding on to yesterday. I said I'm holding on to yesterday. Reading the words of the letter you sent over and over again. Racing around with my eyes on the ground, thinking of time spent with you, and I never look down. Home again, nothing's changed but me. My old friend, where have you been? Feels like only yesterday, but it's been so long now. Finally, I can see your face. Still oceans lie between us, miles and miles away. Will we ever meet again? Will it be the same? I said I'm holding on to yesterday. I said I'm holding on to yesterday. I'm holding on to yesterday. To yesterday. This is our last song today, and it's called Bullets.
The amazing celebration of mediocrity. I'm amazed the way that people are sucked in. Oh, you fill yourself with nonsense, make a shrine of your TV. All the creativity inside you leaves. You should try it in a book sometime. Try to write a line of some poetry that's lost within your soul. Just ignore ignorant people when they tell you that you're strange, 'cause creating and not hating is your goal. What you think I'm gonna do? You think I will listen to you? I'm gonna use this guitar like a machine. executioners. They'll kill you from within with a smile that hides a multitude of sin. Did you think I would just sit here? Did you think I would relax as you're placing your attacks the way you do? As you spread around your hatred, cause you cannot stand yourself, telling people all the things they cannot do. What you think I'm gonna do? You think I will listen to you? I'm gonna use this guitar like a machine gun and spray my words around the room like bullets. If you get wounded, I apologize, but will not take them back. Cause the basic fact is that you are all sleeping. I'm gonna use this guitar like a machine gun and spray my words around the room like bullets. If you get wounded, I apologize, but will not take them back. Cause the basic fact is that you are all sleeping. And you need waking up because you have been sleeping.
Well, what a fantastic performance. Thank you ever so much for performing
Thanks.
4 songs for
Thanks.
us.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, no worries, anytime. So, first off, I've got to start by asking, why Freewheel?
Yeah, so we went through loads of really, really terrible names, and this was just the one that stuck, wasn't it?
I think the idea behind it was that it was like a wheel rolling about from into each genre. Just
Oh, I see.
a free wheel kind
Free
of thing. Do you
wheel,
know what I
dipping
mean?
in and out.
Infinity.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because
Yeah,
we didn't.
Oh, that's very
Freewheel.
cool.
We like lots of different genres, but it all ended up becoming a genre of its own sort of thing, didn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. Sounds like
So it didn't really work out, did it? But yeah,
created a new
that was the
genre.
idea behind it. No, you know what I mean, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's good. No, it
Yeah.
left me thinking. I was like, oh, why Freewheel? But yeah, so you guys obviously met in Yorkshire.
Yeah.
So how did both of you kind of realise that you both had the same passion for music?
Your friend introduced us. I worked in a pub, and Clayton was in there quite a lot. The landlord was good friends with Clayton. He knew we both loved music. He introduced us. Yeah, we both clearly had a massive passion for music.
And
Just began
she
playing.
asked me to give her guitar lessons, and I started doing guitar lessons, and then after about the third one, she said, I'm not really bothered about guitar, I'm more interested in singing.
Right.
And so I said, well, sing something then, and she was a bit shy and all that.
And I got really bad giggles as well.
And we played some, I don't know, Nora Jones or something like that, and it just blew my mind. I couldn't believe she could sing like that, so I said, forget the guitar, just sing. Do you know what I mean?
You know what? Literally, the first time I heard you, I was like, definitely Nora Jones.
Oh, everyone says that actually.
Exactly the same.
Yeah, I do love Nora Jones.
And I listen to Nora Jones all the time in the
Yeah,
car. So even when you were, ad-libbing and doing stuff by yourself, I was like, oh, that's a Nora Jones song. Yeah, I know. I'm like, oh, I know that one. So no, it's a beautiful voice. Really,
Oh,
really nice.
thank you.
And really nice that you could teach her guitar. So
Yeah,
how long did
that's
that
cool.
take? Or
It's still happening, isn't it?
It's just,
Oh,
it's just
right.
an ongoing thing.
You never
just because we
stop
both
learning.
love music. Yeah, it's a lifelong thing. You never stop. Yeah.
I mean, I've played guitar for years and years and years, but you just never stop learning. I'm never going to be as good as I want to be on the guitar. Do you know what I mean? I always go out and see someone that's 15 that's mind-blowingly brilliant, you know.
Yeah.
And now, especially with YouTube, you just watch all these
Yeah.
ridiculous people.
Yeah,
and it's
you're like, how are you
"Oh,
that
I'll
good?"
never be
How are
as
you
good
that
as
good?
that."
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Talking of good, your gig last night,
Yeah.
you said was fantastic.
It was amazing, yeah.
Really
yeah,
cool,
a few of
wasn't it?
our mates turned up, and it's a lovely venue, really candlelit, a really intimate venue. Yeah, it was really, really good.
Could hear a
Good mix
pin
of
drop,
people.
couldn't
Yeah,
So
yeah.
quiet.
That's always nice when people actually listen as well.
So do you prefer, because obviously you've played at quite a few different venues, you've played
Yeah.
at art exhibitions, to weddings, to festivals.
Yeah.
So how different is it playing at, say, an art exhibition or an intimate gig like last
Yeah.
time compared to a festival?
It's actually a lot scarier for us just sometimes just playing in an environment like this where you feel like you've got to nail it, or like maybe in a living room in front of 2 people, whereas it's a lot easier to play in front of a huge
When there's
crowd
just
at a
loads and
festival.
loads of people there, it's not.
It's
you don't-
easy, you kind of,
Yeah, your focus is not
It's a
on
lot
it,
more
is it?
enjoyable, yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
So, and obviously you've got your new song out, your new EP.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay, so I'll just show, can I show this to the camera?
Yeah.
Which one is it?
Yeah.
That one?
Yeah.
That one, yeah. Our friend Eugene did this beautiful piece of artwork.
It's called Sunwheel.
It's called Sunwheel, and then we were really cheeky. We were like, can we use that for our EP cover? Yeah, and we recorded this in Hebden Bridge, 2013, was it?
Was it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh no, it was last year. Yeah,
It was last year, wasn't
Sorry,
it?
it's not that old.
Yeah, it was last year.
And yeah, it's got 4 tracks on it, and you can buy this online from our website.
So is that online?
Yeah.
SoundCloud?
Yeah, and then like iTunes, and all the
iTunes,
usual
all
digital
the
places.
places.
Yeah.
If
And
you
they
want an
can-
actual
they can-
physical copy, you can get in touch with
But
us
it's-
through a
yeah.
website and we'll send you one out.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. And so you can get, and then is that on iTunes, sorry, YouTube as well? Do you do lots of music
Do you know what? It's not
videos?
on YouTube, but that's my next project
We have got a
that we
couple
want
of
to do.
videos on YouTube though. We've done
Yeah.
2 singles so far, haven't we?
Yeah.
And we did
Yeah.
videos for them.
Because
I
Home
mean,
Again, I think's on there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's a
Our
live
friend did
that's a
that
live
as a
one
demo,
that is.
yeah.
Where was that? Where was
That
that?
was at Castleford, a pub in
Oh,
Castleford.
right,
There's
okay.
a bit of a local celebrity up there called Ian Clayton. He's a TV presenter, and it was his 50th birthday, and he asked us to play. So
Oh,
But which is cool. Chumbawamba playing as well after us, so it was
Oh,
like
right,
a really.
nice.
And they were playing in this tiny little pub.
well, they're completely
in West
different now, aren't
Yorkshire.
they? They're really
yeah.
folky.
Yeah, they've gone really
Yeah.
folky now.
They were nice. They loved us, didn't they? It was cool.
Yeah, yeah, it was good.
Oh, nice. So, and obviously you write a lot of your own songs, actually
Yeah.
all of them, in
Yeah,
fact.
yeah.
So, and you've written a new one called Bullets.
Yeah.
So where was the inspiration behind all of that?
I'll let you describe that.
Bullets. I was working. I used to drive excavators, and I was working at Dartford on the M25, and everybody seemed so ignorant. I couldn't believe it. I mean, it's a bit of a generalisation because we're some nice people there, but everybody seemed really, really ignorant there. You know, there was like, casual racism and just like general hard-mannery sort of thing. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just big tough guys, and it just did my head in. And all they seemed to do was watch TV and slag people off. So I wrote that as a bit of a protest against it, really.
Oh, wow.
That was the story behind that one.
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
if you look back on 2014, obviously because it's December now, as a band, what's been your main highlight?
I
I think Blue Balls for me.
yeah, that was
Switzerland.
amazing. That was last summer, wasn't
Played
it?
at Lake
yeah.
Lucerne in Switzerland with Alt J. Loads of other people, weren't
Yeah, I went to see Alt J afterwards for
Yeah.
free. That was
Oh,
nice.
wow.
Yeah.
And just to play the gig in front of a huge lake and mountains was
and a
amazing.
massive crowd as well, and
Yeah.
a really big PA, and
Swans
sounded really nice.
waltzing about everywhere. Just a really beautiful place.
It's
I
gorgeous,
couldn't believe how
wasn't it?
amazing it was. Yeah.
That's been my highlight
Yeah.
last year. It was nice,
Yeah,
wasn't
me
it?
too. Yeah.
And we took a train ride across the Alps into Italy. It was beautiful.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So
when
took some
we were-
videos on there as well.
We took some
put some of
videos
those
on there
on.
actually. Yeah, there's like it's really cool because we're playing and the Alps are in the background, like
Oh,
swishing by on the
amazing.
train.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of
Fab.
nice.
So maybe you could go on tour,
Yeah, I'd
because
love
then you
that.
could
I'd
do
love
lots of that kind
yeah,
of thing.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Yeah.
Love to do that.
It's just it's quite difficult. Obviously, we live in London, and but yes, definitely in the pipeline.
The work,
You wanna
the
do-
normal day jobs gets in the way of creative juicer sort of thing. I
What
don't
do you
feel
do
like
as
doing
a
it.
day job?
I just drive a van. I'm a digital data offsite
Okay.
offsite data
interesting.
protection.
What do
It's
you
not
do?
really that interesting.
We've actually got a covers project as well, so
Oh, okay.
we actually sing in a funk soul band.
Oh, wicked.
like
for
an 8-piece.
weddings and things like that.
Functions, corporate functions, and
Yeah,
things
so-
like that. That's where we get the money from.
And then
But
you
the original stuff, no one wants to give you any money until
can... Oh, well,
established.
you never
know what I mean?
know. This might go big,
Well,
and then
yeah.
you never know. You might be on Britain's Got Talent,
Yeah.
and then boom, you're on a tour. And I'll be like, well, it all started after this conversation we had here.
Yeah.
And finally, for 2015, what would be a massive goal for you two as a band?
I think to go on tour would be amazing, wouldn't
Yeah.
it? Just to do
And
like
just-
a European tour
And do
or
like
something. And
as
just
many
build
shows
ourselves.
as humanly
Yeah,
possible,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
We just need to do
We don't
loads
gig
and loads
enough
of
really,
shows.
you know, we do loads of gigs with the covers bands, but the original stuff we really need to just get
But
out there.
once you do a couple of gigs, you really get into it, don't you?
Yeah,
You want to
yeah,
just
yeah.
do more and more all the
Yeah.
time. So I think we just need to push on and do many gigs.
Yeah, just keep playing, yeah. And
Yeah.
festivals are always brilliant
Yeah,
as well.
I'm gonna
Always
do
good
some
fun.
Just going to get on the
festivals.
festivals.
Festivals,
Yeah.
well.
Summer.
Definitely. Well, hopefully that will be the case,
Yeah.
and lots of people will buy your EP
Yeah.
on iTunes, YouTube. They'll see it all, and hopefully the best will come of 2015. So
Yeah,
thank you
we're
ever so
looking forward to
much
it.
for joining us
Thank you very
today.
much.
Thank you
Thanks
for
for your
having us.
performance, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And yes, thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah. If you'd like to hear more from the lovely Laura and Clayton, please go to www.thefreewheel.co.uk, where you can keep Wheelie up to date with all of the Freewheel's upcoming gigs, live music and photos from each of their events. Next, we sent our reporter, Holly, to a library in South East London to have a chat with the activist, author and public speaker Shaun Attwood about his time spent in a notorious Arizonian maximum security prison.
I've come down to the South East London Library to talk to Sean Atwood, who's an author, a public speaker and an activist. So can you tell me your story?
I went over to America and made $1 million in the stock market, and the money went right to my head. Started throwing rave parties with it, got people bringing ecstasy over, so I'm knowingly breaking the law. May 16, 2002, SWAT team smashed my door down, and I end up in the jail that's got the highest rate of death in America. Where not only were the gang members murdering prisoners, even the guards are murdering the prisoners.
Oh wow.
Yep, and a guard said to me, the world has got no idea what's going on in here because there's so much human rights violations, like dead rats in the food, cockroaches crawling all over us at night time so we couldn't sleep. And because the guard said that to me, I started writing everything down with a little pencil sharpened on the door. It got smuggled out of the jail, put on the internet, and it went on to attract the international media attention to the conditions, and that's what led to me becoming an author and a public speaker.
So what was it like going from the top, like right down to the bottom?
I was living in a $1 million house on the side of a mountain, got a swimming pool, jacuzzi, a gated guarded community, got my own rave, clothing, music store, got my own security team, bouncers, taking limo rides all over the place, just blowing it on daft stuff really. The police targeted me because I had a lot of money and I was stupid enough to be committing crimes, and I lost absolutely everything because of getting involved in drugs.
Going back to the journal that you were saying that you smuggled out,
Yeah.
what sort of stuff was you putting in it? Just like tiny bits?
Okay,
or-
whatever was happening in the
Yeah.
jail that week, I was documenting it.
So it's not like what you hear about some of the other prisons then, it's like proper
No.
hardcore prison.
The TV manipulates the public into thinking prisons are soft, so people will hate on prisoners and stuff like that, and it's not true. You know, even where I was at, the sheriff was out doing publicity stunts, running around with Steven Seagal and his posse and all this kind of stuff, and it's just to keep the public feeling that lock them up, throw away the key, make it as hard as possible, because at the end of the day, all these different companies are making money off the prisoners. It's just a big money scheme.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what was it like Christmas time, around the Christmas time? What was it like in prison?
Christmas time in prison is the most depressing time of the year, and it's the highest rate of suicides in the prisons is on Christmas Day, around that time.
Oh.
Yeah, so everyone's just really depressed. You know, usually guys are out on the yard working out and stuff like that and doing things in the recreation area, and on Christmas Day, the whole yard is just completely quiet. It's like a winter virus. It's like sent everybody back to their cells.
Oh.
And you just really reflect on the stupidity of your crimes and, you know,
And what
you're
you've
just
done.
really missing your family.
Oh. So did you get like any form of like Christmas dinner, or was it still like pretty basic?
It looked like carroty vomit blended with blood. And it sometimes had dead rats in it. No, on Christmas Day, they would make it a little bit better. And I remember I had a conversation with a guy, he was an Italian mafia mass murderer called Two Tonys, who was protecting me. He was serving 112 years.
Yeah.
We were having a conversation about the Christmas dinner, and one of his favourite books was A Day in the Life of Ivan Denisovich, about a guy in a Russian gulag who was being worked to death.
Yeah.
So cold, if you spit, you spit freezes mid-air. And he said to me, you know, I'm grateful because it wasn't as bad as where the Russians had it. You know, I got 2 issues of roast beef. It may have looked like shoe leather and tasted like shoe leather, but Ivan would have snorted it up with his nostril and been as happy as if he was having Russian dinner with the Russian president. So, you know, he helped me put things in perspective and appreciate the small things.
Oh, okay. So you said
Yeah.
that he was protecting you, sort of
Yeah,
thing.
he's protecting me, 2 Tonys.
Oh, okay. Well, that's quite nice.
He left the dead bodies of rival gangsters from Arizona to Alaska. If you've murdered only gangsters, you're at the top of the respect in the prison.
Yeah.
If you've murdered a woman or a child, it's kill on sight. The prisons try and kill those guys as soon as they come in. Yeah, so
Oh.
because 2 Tonys had the most respect, he took me under his wing and he was dictating his life story to me. And, you know, at the end of it, he said I was like the son that he never had.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
It's good that you've had someone there to, like, look out for you, sort of thing.
Yeah, as many people came in out of the blue to hurt me, there was even more that came out of the blue that protected me and helped me.
Well, that's nice then.
Yeah.
So if you could turn back the clock,
Mm-hmm.
what would you do differently, sort of thing? Like, would you do anything different?
I saw the harm that drugs cause because 90% of the guys in the prison were shooting up heroin and crystal meth. 2/3 of them had hepatitis C and it was slowly killing them.
Yeah.
And they couldn't stop taking drugs. All the day revolved around was getting the drugs in. And the road of drug use is a very long one. Started over here where I thought it was fun and cool as a student. SWAT team came and took me off it right here. But those guys were at the end of the road and they couldn't give up the drugs. And it made me ashamed of putting people on that road. So to answer your question, I realised that in the jail and I couldn't change my past. So I resolved to go out and share my story in the hope other people wouldn't make my mistakes. So my regret was putting people on the road of drug use. And I also regret the harm I caused my family. My mum had a nervous breakdown, my sister had to have counselling. And
Oh,
I
no.
still see the hurt and pain on their faces that I caused. And, you know, I served just under 6 years and they flew out every year to visit me. And, you know, the stress of putting them through all that, it's just, you know, it's really sad.
Yeah. Going back to when you said about the SWAT team coming into your room,
Yeah.
what went through your mind when they stormed in?
They start shooting, your life's over in seconds. And I thought they might just
Yeah.
start shooting by accident. So they're yelling at you and you just get down then and they crush you and they handcuff you. And to go from, you know, living this life where I had all this money and I could do whatever I want with it and, you know, then just to be reduced to having absolutely nothing. Psychologically, it's extremely hard to deal with. In the beginning, you're pining for all of the material things back.
Yeah.
But what happened was, after about a year or two, I started to feel freedom from being attached to it all. And I felt a release. I felt almost like I was a mad monk in a cave that didn't have anything. And I didn't have any worries anymore about all the material things I was previously attached to.
Oh.
And I did not anticipate that at all. It was like I was changing. My prison was crushing all me out and creating a new person, with different value system.
Oh, okay. So is that what sort of motivated you to become a public speaker then?
Helping others was something I hadn't done prior to jail. It was all about making money, getting me and my friends high, wasn't thinking too much about my family. And, you know, I thought prisoners were serial killers, child rapists, lock them up and throw away the key. I felt that as well.
Yeah.
But once I got in there and realised that's a very small percent of the prison population, but the media leads people to believe that it's a big percent. But it's not. It's mostly, there's about a quarter of the people in there were mentally ill. About a quarter of them couldn't read or write. 90% involved around drugs. Most of them had addiction issues, they were hurting inside, and the jail wasn't giving them anything to deal with that. So seeing the nature of that and hearing all those sad stories then, it made me want to help them, and I started to think about the needs of other people and helping other people, and that's what turned my brain from my previous selfish behaviour to just thinking about, you know, the whole human race.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair enough. So what was the first thing you'd done when you came out?
First thing I did when I went out,
Yeah.
I went to an Indian food restaurant. My favourite
Missing
food.
a curry.
I was missing chicken tikka masala.
Oh, that's my favourite.
It was my favourite, but I tried it and I got the gag reflex because of the Red Death in the jail with the dead rats in it. And to this day, I've stayed vegetarian.
Oh.
Yeah, because of the jailhouse chow.
Oh, so how long have you been vegetarian now then?
I converted to the Hindu religion in jail to get a vegetarian religious diet because I was practicing yoga.
Oh, okay.
And it took me months to get it, but in the end, you know, it was slightly better than the meat stuff. When I say slightly better, instead of getting the green bologna mystery in the morning, I got a little thing of peanut butter, but it was burnt, so it did taste a bit rank, but it's still better than the meat. And in the evening, instead of the red death, the mystery meat slop, I got like a veggie burger and some potatoes. And I got really excited when I saw the veggie burger, but it was like as hard as a discus, and I had to put it in water to soften it. And the potatoes, I put my fork in them, and there was a lot of lesions and like dirt kind of stuff, but there was also long strands of human hair in them as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, that doesn't sound that appetising.
No, I lost 2 stone. And look how skinny I am anyway. My parents said I look like a concentration camp survivor at my sentencing hearing.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's fair enough. So do you find that now you've come out, you're more focused on your family as well then?
Yeah, now that I've come out, I try and spend as much time as possible with my family. I wake up with a smile on my face because I've lost, after losing everything, you appreciate getting things back that are small. You know, there's no dead rats in my food, there's no cockroaches in my bed anymore. I'm in the West where we got it so good when there's just so much horrific stuff going on around the world. You know, people I think in this country don't appreciate how good they've got it.
Yeah. I suppose that relates back to the Christmas as well then, because you always think about your family.
Yeah, you know, this Christmas I'm going to be back up in the Northwest spending time with my family.
Oh, that's nice then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so about your book,
Okay.
when was that published?
Okay, so my writing was smuggled out of jail, it got put on the internet, and that attracted interest in getting my life story out. So my life story now is actually a trilogy. Party Time is all the rave stuff. Hard Time is my time in the remand jail. And then Prison Time is my time after the remand jail into the prison system and about my release. And I also have a self-help book out called Lessons, and I've actually just started my own publishing company, which is why we've got Hard Time second edition right here, which has just been published.
Oh,
Yes.
nice.
Yeah.
So have they been quite popular books then?
Yeah, you know, my story's been featured worldwide on National Geographic Channel as an episode of Banged Up Broad, so it's created a lot of interest worldwide, and people have been buying the books, especially the e-books, all over the world. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so you're definitely getting your story out there and
Yeah,
people
you know,
are noticing it,
books,
sort of thing.
about 50,000 copies, I think, have been sold so far. And the story on National Geographic Channel went to about 50 million viewers in 40 plus countries.
Oh,
It
wow.
premiered to 10 million people in America, and I woke up to 500 emails the next day. And they
That's
were saying, you
insane.
know, they were hating the sheriff who runs this place. Even people who formerly supported him were turning against him because they weren't aware of how horrific, you know, the conditions were. And I'm not saying jail should be easy, but all these human rights violations, it's really wrong.
Yeah. So it's quite good that you've managed to get the real story out there then,
Yeah.
instead of the media just
It's
changing
thanks, It's thanks
things.
to the internet, because blogs were just starting to get in the news when I started blogging.
Oh, okay.
And that's what created interest in my story, was it going on the internet as a blog.
It was really nice to talk to you.
All right, cheers.
Thank
Thank you for having me
you.
on. Yeah, thanks, Holly.
Now we are pleased to welcome Natalie Creswick into the studio, who is a supervisor for Childline, and we'll be discussing how Christmas time impacts the service and how you can help in this year's appeal. Hello Natalie, how are you doing?
Hi, well thank you.
How's your Christmas plans going?
Yeah, good. A bit last minute on the Christmas shopping, but it's the same as every year. I never learn.
Yeah, absolutely. Mad streets everywhere. Yeah, I normally leave it to Christmas Eve, but I've been a bit better this year. Anyway, more importantly, on to Childline. Obviously, you work for them. Can you tell us a little bit more about the service as a whole?
So Childline is a free and confidential service for young people up to the age of 19. We offer phone calls, online counselling via one-to-one chats and emails. We listen to young people, whatever problem that they've got, they can contact us to talk about. We don't judge them. We're there to support young people through things that they're going through.
Wow, so it sounds like a very well-established service. So how does it differ to other child charities like NSPCC, UNICEF? That kind of thing?
Well, Childline's actually now part of the NSPCC. So we merged a few years back.
When did you merge?
Around about 2007.
Oh, okay, and that's
Yeah.
been a positive.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
impact
given
for-
Childline a huge amount of security, which before we didn't have financially. and it's brought two really kind of positive children's charities together. So I guess the good thing about Childline is it's there for everybody. Anyone can pick up the phone, anyone can log on onto a computer, providing they've got access to those things and can get in contact. Whereas I suppose other charities perhaps don't work in quite the same way. Any young person out there at any school can talk to someone at Childline.
Oh wow! And it's, you said, a 24/7.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
hour service.
Yeah.
So you've
Every
got
day.
lots of volunteers on the. Wow, that's really quite amazing.
Yeah, we have an amazing group of volunteers who offer their time really generously to us, and they include you on Christmas Day. So we have volunteers on Christmas Day as well.
Because I've heard, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you get 4,500 children call in every day. Now that's just, wow, amazing. And now I bet there's obviously some children that you can't respond to sometimes. So how do you handle that kind of situation?
It's something that we're always really closely monitoring because we want to be there for every young person. And sometimes there are queues where young people can't get through. But our priority is to be there for every young person so that there's someone there for them to be able to talk to when they need us most.
Definitely. And now moving on to Christmas, and obviously you said, Christmas time, and I believe that, must be quite a hard time for children, and Christmas should be all about, tearing up presents, like running around the house with all the rest of the family. So, I mean, it must be heartbreaking for some children that don't have that. And obviously Childline is a service that can definitely help, even on Christmas Day, I can imagine.
Yeah, on Christmas Day we're still there. They'll still be there. There'll still be people there to talk to anyone that needs us. Because as you say, Christmas is a difficult time for some people. There's a huge amount of expectations on Christmas. The build up to it, the actual day. Everyone's expected to have fun, to be enjoying themselves. But actually the reality is really different for a lot of young people. It can be a really lonely time. It can be a really desperate time. And things that maybe issues in families bubble up over Christmas when people are spending a lot of time together. Maybe there's alcohol involved. That can really kind of push difficulties to the surface.
So would you say Christmas is in particular a harder time for children, as maybe you've got more callers at Christmas, or not?
Yeah, we do hear from a lot of young people at Christmas. In the build up towards it, as we get closer and closer to Christmas Day, we do get a lot more calls from young people who are feeling more desperate, feeling more alone, feeling more worried about what Christmas might be like, because perhaps maybe they don't get on very well with their family, maybe there's abuse at home, and when they're not at school over the Christmas holidays, that can make that a really difficult time. Young people are often quite at risk during those times.
So, and obviously this is what I thought obviously it's a really great service, and one of the best things is that the phone number for Childline, they don't appear on the phone bill, so there's no way that you can actually track the child calling you, which I thought was a really, really good service. And as you say, it's confidential, so completely confidential, which is really, really good.
As far as I know, Childline's the only properly free number in the country, where it's free from all mobiles, from all landlines and everything, payphones.
And still on the topic of Christmas, and in fact it's Christmas Jumper Day, so I've actually got you a present.
Oh wow!
On the side. Which
Thank you.
Open.
Oh, I've been a good girl.
Yeah. Now, I didn't know your size.
Oh no, it's fantastic.
There we go. You have your own Christmas
Thank
jumper.
you very much. Thank you.
Don't worry, you don't have to wear it now. Actually, do you want to wear it now?
I can put it on.
Be funny, and then at least we're matching.
I thought green at least was a little bit festive.
Yeah,
but you've
I don't know what size it is. There we go.
Oh, fantastic! Thank you.
And this nicely leads me on to what we're going to talk about next, which is the Christmas launch. Now, how can people donate, text in? How's it all going to work?
So, as there's a lot of young people that contact us at Childline, that means that we do need to rely on the generosity of the public to help us support, to be able to be there for every young person that needs to talk to somebody. Last year in December we had 23,000 phone calls, and so that's something that we're kind of gearing ourselves at, well, in the middle of kind of doing that right now. So it's really easy if anyone wants to get involved to help donate. You know, people donating money just makes such a huge difference, makes such a huge impact on someone's life. And it's really easy. All you need to do is text 70111 to text call to 70111, and that donates £4, and all £4 will go to Childline to help support somebody who needs someone to talk to.
Well, you know what? I'm going to do it now.
Oh,
if
thank
I can
you.
actually have my phone, so that's
Oh,
possible.
wow.
I'm going to donate because I think it's a great, really, really great cause. So what did you say? The number was?
The number is 70111.
111.
And if you put call, CALL.
Good, test phone. And then that will donate straight £4.
Yep.
Well,
That's
there you go.
fantastic. Thank
I've
you.
officially donated, so that means everyone else has to too. Wicked. And so what will the money go to exactly?
So the money goes to making sure that we have enough volunteers there to answer the calls from young people. I mean, I guess people watching might think, volunteers, surely we don't need money in that case to be able to, if they're volunteering their time, we don't need money. But actually, we have a staff team that support volunteers while they're taking the calls. So like myself, I'm there supporting the counsellors. If we have someone that's suicidal, for example, I would be there to support counsellors to make sure that we get the best outcome for that young person. So that might be dealing with the police or the ambulance service to try and locate that young person. So that's where the money goes, and it's really, really valuable for every donation that we get.
And at the end of the day, we just want a child to have a great Christmas and carry on like that. And I must say, hats off to you. I think it's a really great service, and I think you're doing very, very well. And I really do hope that everyone donates because it's a really lovely cause.
Me too.
So now, just before we finish, so if all the donations come in and the launch goes great, what does that then mean for 2015?
It'll mean we start 2015 off on a great footing. It's to answer all the calls at Christmas. It's going to cost us around £930,000. So it's a huge amount of money. And if we can go into the new year, into 2015, having the support of that money to back up our Christmas time, which is quite a difficult time for young people when they're using us a lot, then it means that 2015 will be able to be there to answer all the calls from young people as well, without having to kind of dip into to any kind of reserves or anything like that.
And also something that I've actually read up on was kind of the future with online and internet and actually cyberbullying that's actually become quite a bit of a problem. Can you tell us about how that and how you think Childline can help with that?
Cyberbullying is a real big issue. We hear it from a lot of young people where this is happening, and I think often it's not in isolation anymore. It's not like young people are getting bullied at school and then cyberbullying separately. The two things really merge together, and so they're never able to escape the bullies. The person at school who's bullying them, when they go home, they're bullying them on their tablets, on their phones, on the bus on the way to school. When they wake up in the morning, that's the first thing they might see on their social media accounts. So Childline's really there as somewhere where young people can come and talk to us. We're not going to judge anybody about what's going on. We're not going to tell them what to do. What we're here for is to listen to them, to hear how things are for them, and to try and work with them about how they can find things to help them get through it, who think about who they could tell, who they trust, who might be able to help them in their lives to kind of tackle the bullying, because no one deserves to be bullied at all. Everyone deserves to be able to live a happy life and live every day without being fear of being bullied.
Exactly, and especially not at Christmas. So let's hope that people donate and the launch goes well. That will hopefully then mean a swift and easy and successful 2015 and future for Childline. Thank you ever so much, Natalie.
No, thank you.
In.
Thank you for my present.
No worries. I hope you wear it on Christmas Day and wear it at Childline.
I will do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now let's take a moment to watch Childline's latest ad campaign.
I reckon I can chat to anyone about anything. Well, almost anything. My mum says I could talk the hind leg off a donkey, whatever that means. But I had this problem. I couldn't talk about it because I didn't think anyone I knew would understand. It just seemed to keep getting bigger and bigger in my head. So I thought I might speak to Childline. I'd heard you could talk to them about anything, My mate Chris said his cousin had called them about bullying. He reckons talking to them really helps, plus it was completely free. But it's not like I could chat to him for myself, so how was I going to find out? I mean, who would I be talking to? What would happen? And would anyone else get to know about it? I didn't want the whole world knowing my business, least of all my mum. So I went on the Childline site again and found loads of information. Like I saw that you can talk to Childline online as well as call them. It works the same way as on the phone, it's just that you're typing instead of talking. Either way, I'd be in charge of what was said and what would happen next. They weren't going to go passing it on, so I could trust them with as much or as little as I wanted to say, whatever I preferred. I could even give them a different name if it made it easier. I thought about chatting online, but I guess I find it easier to talk about stuff, so I decided to phone. I checked when I could call, and it said any time, so I just went for it. After I dialed the number, I felt really sick. I was thinking about hanging up, but I'd come this far, so what did I have to lose? Then someone answered. This man said, "Hi, you're through to Childline." "I've got this problem," I said. "I don't think anyone will understand." "Would you like to talk to someone about it?" he said. "Yeah," I said, "but I don't want my mum to find out." He said that was fine. The call would just be between me and the counsellor, unless they thought someone's life was in real danger. That was the only bit that might change things. That seemed fair enough. So he said he'd put me in a queue to talk to a counsellor. All I had to do was stay on the line for a bit. So I waited, and I was starting to feel, how can I do this? After a while, this woman, the counsellor, came on the line. I couldn't get my words out at first. It's not like me. But she said, "Don't worry, take your time." So I told her all about it. She was great. She didn't talk too much to start off, she just let me say everything. Then she asked if it had been hard to call. "Yeah," I said, "but this has helped." I asked her, "So what do you reckon I should do?" She asked me if I had any ideas, so we started talking again. We figured out that I had some choices and they could all work out in different ways. I could see there was something I could do to change stuff after all. That was amazing, just doing that. All of a sudden it felt like I had a plan. It wasn't like I made an idiot of myself and I hadn't blabbed to the entire world. The call wouldn't even appear on the phone bill. It felt like I was in charge and that I could really trust them. They just listened and helped me decide what I wanted to do. It felt great.
Right, thank you Natalie for coming on the show. And I do hope that people donate, and please, please, please pick up the phone, Twitter, Facebook, whatever. Spread the word so that these kids really do get the Christmas that they deserve. If you've seen this and do want someone to speak to, the number is 0800 1111, or even go online for one-to-one chats on their website, www.childline.org.uk. Either way, there will be someone willing to listen if you would like some help. Let's hope that donations are paid, calls are resolved, and Christmas wishes are made for all children in the UK. And today's final guest joining me on the sofa is Galea, who is a musical artist who has gained radio airplay in the UK, Australia and Malta. Hello Jess, lovely to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, very good. How's your Christmas plans looking?
Looking really nice, actually, thank you.
Have you got, what are you doing? Are you heading back to
Yes, I'm going
home?
back home for the first time in a few years to just spend some time with my family. So.
And where is home for you?
I'm from Malta, so I'll be going back to somewhere a bit warmer this Christmas.
Oh right, lovely, yeah. Get away from London and go to the nice heat and beaches of Malta. So have you done much Christmas shopping? And
I'm the
all
sort
that
of
kind of stuff?
person who's a bit weird. Like, I finish my Christmas shopping in about October.
Oh.
It's all wrapped by November, and then all ready to go in December.
Wait, hang on. Surely the Christmas shopping isn't even out yet in October.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just so organised. I love being organised. I love lists and stuff. So I make a list and then
Do you
I just get too excited, I think, and then I just go out and buy everything.
So you got your tree up, presents underneath.
Yep, everything's done.
Everything's done and
Yep.
everyone's well done. I mean, in fairness, I did online shopping this year. I know, I gave in. I was like, no, I'm not going to brave the shops. with
Mine was
Oxford
half
Street.
online, so I did cheat a bit, but
Oh,
they
really?
don't have that much time. So.
Yeah, fair enough. Better than me being lazy in online shopping. Anyway, now, Chess, I believe you're originally from Malta, as you've just said. So what was it like, obviously, growing up in Malta with the culture, and how did you find your passion for music?
Basically from when I was very young, I was into music because my parents are musicians, and so even before I was born, you know, music was always playing, and my mum is an amazing pianist, so she's always been playing piano. So actually at first it was all classical music that I was exposed to, like, you know, Beethoven and Chopin and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then I decided, you know, that I wanted to listen. You know, I grew up when the Spice Girls were around and Britney Spears was around.
Oh, wow.
And I just fell in love with the pop explosion, and then I just started listening to that stuff, and then just took on some more jazz and blues and stuff. I literally like everything, so.
So do you look up a lot to your mum as kind of
Yes, I mean, obviously,
musician?
as a musician, she's really, really good, and she's always supported me doing my music, so I really appreciate it.
And lots of support. So I'm guessing you play piano then?
Well, that's the thing. My mum obviously wanted to teach me piano when I was young, which is amazing, but I got to that age where I thought, oh, piano's not cool, so I stopped. But if you give me a piece of music, I can still sort of figure it out and stuff, but I'm obviously not as good as her.
Yeah.
I probably would never be that good because I'm more into singing. So yeah, I mean, it helps me to write my songs, so I'm quite grateful that she taught me the things she did, because it helps me write the songs that I write now. So.
Yeah. So when you are writing your songs, where do you kind of get your inspiration from?
Just situations at the time, or I tend to like, if I'm going through something, I'll just write down loads of things that come to my head, and then a couple of months later I'll look at it and you know, make a song out of it or something.
Oh, wow.
So I've got these like notes on my, these stickies on my computer where I just go through sometimes. I say, oh, that would be a nice verse, and then I just stick some chords in and make it into a song, so yeah.
Oh, nice. So then how do you bring kind of the culture and experiences you've gained from, you know, your upbringing in Malta, how do you bring that kind of into your songs to make it more unique and more kind of yours?
Obviously, I try and work with as many people as possible, get as many opinions as possible, take advice, just use what I've learned, and obviously to always try and make it better every time, I'm hoping.
Yeah. So then why did you move from Malta to the UK?
I just like to go after things, and even though Malta is a beautiful place and it's always going to be my home, there's no career for like music and singing, dancing and performing sort of thing there. It's more looked on as a hobby, which eventually obviously I'd like to change as being something there, but obviously London's one of the best places to be if you want to do music, so decided to come here first, and who knows where I'll go next. Somewhere maybe.
Never know. World's your oyster. And then when you came to the UK, you went to ACM, the Academy of Contemporary Music. So since moving over, have you managed to feature? You've managed, to feature on the radio in 3 different countries. So UK, Malta, and Australia.
Yeah.
So how come Australia?
Basically, I collaborated with a DJ who basically this song got signed to a label, and it was featured on a show it was Joy FM in Australia. Just because it was signed to the label, and the label sent it over to the radio, and they liked it, so that was nice. But yeah, it's been really, really nice collaborating with other DJs and artists and things, because the music has been played in clubs in like Italy and Greece and stuff, so it's been going around quite well, actually, I think.
Yeah. So then how do you think ACM has kind of helped you, obviously, because you've kind of done it mainly by yourself, which I think is absolutely amazing. You haven't had the help from, you know, and support from a label. So how did you manage costs, funding, like marketing, to get you to where you are today?
So before I actually moved here, I worked full-time for about like a year and a half, 2 years, literally spent nothing, saved everything and came here, and then obviously I worked like 3 or 4 jobs at the same time sometimes in England, which is ridiculous. Obviously I've had help from my parents, which I really, really appreciate, and also for the second year I was studying, I received a scholarship, so that was really helpful as well. Yeah.
Oh, right. So was that just solely for singing, or was it?
Yeah, for the course I was doing.
Oh wow! So then you've got your Facebook pages,
all that,
all that,
try and keep everyone.
And then you've got your videos.
Yes.
Which are fab. I watched Tuxedo, Baby Girl, and obviously the new and most important one, Battles. Did you I mean, were you able to kind of help influence and help produce a lot of the video? Or?
Obviously, I like to have my input because obviously it's my sort of work that I'm going to be showing. So I need to be happy with it, and I need to make sure, obviously, it shows a part of me and the right part of me that I want to sort of show and things. So I do help with the planning, but again, I do like working with different people who obviously probably understand videos a bit more than me, because obviously I don't really know that much about videos, so I'd like to get opinions and things from people who do understand videos, and obviously merge our ideas together. So I do try and have my involvement in as many things as I can.
Yeah, well, Battles, I'll tell you, I loved it. I thought it was a very, very good video. Where was it set? So obviously it was in a forest. I was like, wow.
Yeah, it was like woods in, where was it? Shalford.
Oh, okay.
So I went walking with the dog one day, and I ended up in this wood, and then I thought, oh, that would be a really good place to like shoot a video, and then I couldn't find it again. So I walked around Guildford for like 3 hours until I could find this place, and then I did. And I was like, found it.
And then who helped produce it? Was a group? Did you have a team?
So just this really talented girl, actually. Her name is Jasmine Sira, and she's a photographer and videographer, and she just literally helped me out with shooting it. It was just her and me, so quite a team, I think.
Yeah. And has she done the rest of your videos? Or?
No, I've actually used someone different for every single video.
Oh,
That's what I mean. I would like to work with a lot of people for different sort of ideas and things until I really soak up everything that I need to learn, really.
Yeah. And finally, obviously, you've had a very, very successful year of 2014. Now, what has kind of been your main highlight?
I really wasn't expecting to be nominated for Best Solo Artist at the Water Music Awards, so that was really nice because obviously it shows that the work is appreciated and things like that. And I just got my track played on BBC Introducing, which is really nice because I've been wanting that for ages, and just getting some gigs I thought I wouldn't actually, so it's been really...
Chess, thank you ever so much for coming on 'Tis the Season. It's been an absolute pleasure, and we look forward to hearing your live performance.
Thank you.
Now, if you would like to hear more from Chess, please go to www.chessgalea.com or Chess Galea on Facebook or Twitter. And most importantly, check out her new music video, Battles, which is now on YouTube. We unfortunately have come to the end of our show and would like to thank you for joining us. Everyone at 'Tis the Season wishes you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Singing us out with her rendition of Blue Christmas is Chess Galea.
But I have a blue, 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 blue Christmas. decorations of red on your green Christmas tree. It won't be the same, no, if you're not here with me. I'll have a blue Christmas, that's certain. Oh, I'll have a blue Christmas without you, yeah, 'cause you'll be doing alright, yeah, with your Christmas of white. But I have a blue